my people, my Biafran people, how are you doing today? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, may God bless His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa, Simon and Jocko, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands Biafra is coming. In your hands Biafra is safe. And in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people, the children, the men, the women, the old and the young, the poor, the sick, the civilized and the uncivilized, those living around Biafra and those living in the bite of Biafra, we shall rejoice. We shall see the light at the end of the tunnel. When Biafra comes, it shall become the shining star from Africa that the whole world will look up to and gain enlightenment. My PM, we are with you. No matter what the enemies are planning, we see the games they are playing. And today, I will expose the zoo. I will come with this video on two versions. The first one will be to show this great elder you are seeing here. An elder, when you know an elder, you can tell from the way they speak. As the saying goes, elder for wisdom and the youth for war. Elders for wisdom and the youth for war. I want to say through the utterances of this elder that Simon Ekpa has no case to answer. Sit back and relax and let us hear what this elder has got to say when it comes to the case of Simon Ekpa and Finland and the Nigerian zoo government going all the way to Finland to sabotage Simon Ekpa. And not only that, when they saw the Foreign Affairs Minister of Finland in a different occasion, they left the hunger in Nigeria. They left the issues about NEPA in Nigeria. They left the issues about the gridlock in the zoo. They were speaking about Simon Ekpa. When I tell you that the zoo media, they work hand in hand with Nigeria government, you guys say we are telling lies. But I will deal with this video on two perspectives. The first one is to respect our elder. I am only making this video based on the elder. Then I will come back, probably tomorrow. Then I will address the zoo media. I will expose them. You see me, when I go in depth, you guys know how I roll. I will expose the zoo media for what they did. And I will show you how the Finnish officers or personnels, they were able to cut off the bullshit that the zoo media were doing, the journalists, the dirty gutter zoo media. I will show you how they cut them off. But it's not for this video. This video is to show you how elders should speak. I keep saying elders for wisdom, youth for war. Elders for wisdom, youth for war. Today, I will show you somebody that I am happy to call an esteemed elder. Listen to the way he spoke about Simon Ekpa and the Finland debacle. Then I'll come back to analyze this video. If you're with me, let's go there. Listen.
But there's the other story that caught my attention, which is Finland to federal government. We are taking actions on Simon Ekpa's case. This is on the New Telegraph. Then we also have on the Vanguard, we've taken action against Simon Ekpa's secessionist activities. The Finnish government again. I remember even this governor of Enugu State, when he first came in, one of the things he said was, "Oh, we should have him. We should have him extradited." Police South said, "No, you went out of your way to detain Nnamdi Kanu. This guy is on TV saying this, and he's still free. Why is Nnamdi Kanu in detention?" So, what do you think suddenly bolstered the federal government to begin discussing with the Finnish government again after so long on this matter?
Well, my thinking might not be the real thing. Man, I still have questions. We have taken action on Mazi Simon Ekpa's secessionist agenda. What kind of action? They have not told us the action. They may have looked at it, and the action is that the young man has no prima facie question to answer.
Hold it there. Hold it there. Normally, I love to break things down, but for this video, I will allow it to play. Let us listen to this elder. Listen very well to this elder. Normally, I am here to enlighten you, not just to play a video. Because what's the purpose of me showing you the video if you can just go somewhere else and watch it? Normally, I'm supposed to be an enlightener, somebody to enlighten you, to open and show you those things that you have not seen. But in this case, I will not do that this time around. I will allow this video to play, then I'll come back and break it down. But as a good teacher, I'm supposed to break it down line for line, word for word. But in this case, I will allow the video to play as a one-off. So let's take it back and hear what he said again.
But there's the other story that caught my attention, which is Finland to federal government. We are taking actions on Simon Ekpa's case. This is on the New Telegraph. Then we also have on the Vanguard, we've taken action against Simon Ekpa's secessionist activities. The Finnish government again. I remember even this governor of Enugu State, when he first came in, one of the things he said was, "Oh, we should have him. We should have him extradited." Police South said, "No, you went out of your way to detain Nnamdi Kanu. This guy is on TV saying this, and he's still free. Why is Nnamdi Kanu in detention?" So, what do you think suddenly bolstered the federal government to begin discussing with the Finnish government again after so long on this matter?
Well, my thinking might not be the real thing. Man, I still have questions. We have taken action on Mazi Simon Ekpa's secessionist agenda. What kind of action? They have not told us the action. They may have looked at it, and the action is that the young man has no prima facie question to answer because he's still free there.
Yes.
The thing. But sometimes I am most worried, I am most worried about treating symptoms than the real cause of those symptoms. We treat certain things on the surface. What is the problem? What is happening? Have we addressed it? Can we be bold enough to open ourselves to discussions that are devoid of deliberate deception? We deceive ourselves a lot. Somebody is clamoring for something, and that thing is giving you worry. Let me tell you, when you are not ready to discuss your issues, earnestly discuss your issues, you are calling for anarchy from both sides. I'm not, the way I am made, until I see results, I am not really moved by we will, we have. Yes, you don't need to tell me you have taken the action. Because when you take a pragmatic action, you don't need to come and tell people you have taken action. The action will be seen.
With a more palatable, action, if you wanted to get the attention of the Southeast, I mean, on numerous occasions now, various judges have given reasons why Nnamdi Kanu should be free.
And you have no freedom.
With a more palatable, instead of talking about Simon Ekpa in Finland, would it not be better to just obey a court order at home? Release the person who, the court of your own land,
court of your own land. That is the thing. When it's so unfortunate that, we are on an international air now. Everybody in the world that tunes into Africa TV hears us now. And the unfortunate thing is that people pay more lip service. If the Supreme Court of Nigeria had discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu and you have left him, would Simon Ekpa still be talking? These are questions, but the way we say it now, a number of persons will begin to say, this Igbo man, you set up your own court, and you made it constitutionally that the he who has the final say on issues like that is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And the Supreme Court of Nigeria, to which you ran as a government, you ran to that court for decision. Why did you go to that court in the very first place? If you would not obey what the court would say. These are things I find it, when you ask questions like this, you know, my only worry is the recent position I occupy. When I was a free and independent person, I speak my mind. You get the thing. But if you have an arbiter, you are the person who went to that arbiter, believing the arbiter was going to do justice, and you went there. The arbiter made a decision, which should be final. You are still saying no. I don't know.
All right. Thank you so much. I mean, lots of insights, lots of strong statements.
Hold it there, my sister. Thank you very much. A real elder, someone I hold on the very high esteem. And because of that, I will have to break this video down. No. I have to break it down because this is not me. When I just play something, it's like giving you expo. A good teacher, a good lecturer should be able to break it down. So let's start from the beginning. Just listen.
But there's the other story that caught my attention, which is Finland to federal government. We are taking actions on Simon Ekpa's case. This is on the New Telegraph. Then we also have on the Vanguard, we've taken action against Simon Ekpa's secessionist activities. The Finnish government again. I remember even this governor of Enugu State, when he first came in, one of the things he said was, "Oh, we should have him. We should have him extradited." Police officer said, "No, you went out of your way to detain Nnamdi Kanu. This guy is on TV saying this, and he's still free. Why is Nnamdi Kanu in detention?" So, what do you think suddenly bolstered the federal government to begin discussing with the Finnish government again after so long on this matter?
Well, my thinking might not be the real thing. Man, I still have questions. We have taken action on Mazi Simon Ekpa's secessionist agenda. What kind of action? They have not told us the action. They may have looked at it, and the action is that the young man has no prima facie question to answer.
Okay, good.
Yes.
The thing. But sometimes I am most worried, I am most worried about treating symptoms than the real cause of those symptoms.
Hold it there, sir. Wait. He said in most cases, you see, elders for wisdom, youth for war. In most cases, he's worried when people are treating symptoms and leaving the main thing that causes the issues, the main problem. He doesn't like it that something is making your leg to ache you. You have an injury and your leg is aching you. You know that the symptom is the ache on the leg. The main problem is the injury, but you left the injury and you are putting okoma, you are putting rub, you are putting snake ointment on that pain on your leg. With all due respect, a symptom is a sign that something is wrong with your body. When you are driving a car and the car begin make noise, that noise is a symptom. It's a sign. Say, "Oh, your engine don't go, your oil is down." No, you understand? Something is wrong with the car. You don't go and start to use a software to block out that noise. No, the noise is a symptom. So what he's saying here, with all due respect, I get him. I know what he's speaking about. So let's continue. Listen.
We treat certain things on the surface. What is the problem? What is happening? Have we addressed it? Can we be bold enough to open ourselves to discussions that are devoid of deliberate deception?
Hold it there. What are the main issues? Have they addressed it? No. So what they are trying to do is to, to embellish the fact. You are saying you are going to Finland to go and do what? He that seeks equity must come with clean hand. For the fact that you are a zoo dirty country, a criminal country, a fraudulent country that went all the way to Kenya to kidnap somebody. Today you are complaining about kidnapping in that zoo called Nigeria. You are complaining about the Boko Haram, ISWAP, headsmen doing kidnapping. But your own president, a man who is notorious for kidnapping, did the unthinkable. He kidnapped a British citizen on holiday in Kenya. Until this day, Britain, Kenya, and even the zoo, they are pretending like they don't know what has happened. Nobody has come out to tell you what really happened to Nnamdi Kanu. Not even Britain. To show you, say now Britain in the rural country called Nigeria, that a black British, oh my God, you guys based in UK, what are you doing? The Biafrans based in UK, what are you doing? Are you guys scared to speak to your MP? Speak to your members of parliament. Go to Downing Street, speak to the new prime minister. They have question time. You go there and tell him that you are scared for your life. You saw the riot that happened in Britain, where white people are saying that the Brits or the blacks, Asians, have to leave Britain. And also, nothing was done about it. And also, a black British went on holiday to Kenya. The man in the name of Nnamdi Kanu, he took his British passport, he went to holiday in Kenya. Until this day, nothing has been said by the British press, nothing has been said by the then Prime Minister, and you being the new Prime Minister, with all due respect, what have you got to say about Nnamdi Kanu? He is a black British. He went on holiday to Kenya, and when he got to holiday, the Nigerian government, they kidnapped him from Kenya. What have you got to say about this, with all due respect? I don't understand why you guys, you are scared to speak. Okay, those that don't have documents, I understand you be scared. But some of you, you were born there. Some of you, your wife have documents, your husband have documents. Ask them to go and speak to their MP that how come a black British was kidnapped since June 2021. You see, those are the main things to discuss. Those are the main things to discuss. Forget about going to Finland. Finland would not try any nonsense. Because, the Nordic countries, they are highly reputable. They believe in justice. They believe in equity. He that seeks equity must come with clean hands. That's Finland for you. That's Sweden. That's Norway. That's Denmark. Even Greenland, they believe in that. They call them the Scandinavians for a reason. The Nordic countries. So the safest place that Sabanaka can be, the safest country that Sabanaka can be any country within the Nordic area. Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Greenland. He's safe. Simon Ekpa is safe. Nothing will happen to him. Simon Ekpa has no case. All Simon has to say is, my leader, Nnamdi Kanu, a British, went on holiday in Kenya. And this same Nigerian government, they went to kidnap him. Now on 5 attempts, they have tried to come to Finland to also take me out. With all due respect, they know what they are doing. They are dilly-dallying. They are messing about. They know what to do to deal with situations in that zoo called Nigeria. That's the difference between a black man and white people. Although Britain, they are a bit different because Britain, by proxy, they own Nigeria. So they have a keen interest on Nigeria. So Britain is a bit different because now them own Nigeria. Any country that gives you your independence in a platter of gold, when you look inside, well, something damn. Any country that gives you independence in a platter of gold, it means say you guys did not fight and you gain your independence. When you look deeper, something damn. You ain't really free. Because in the case of the zoo, now you have seen what they say. They told the cabal they were born to rule. They planted the seed of discord. They told the cabal they were born to rule. They told those from the southeast and southwest, or the eastern region and the western region, that they have to come to England to learn, to study public administration, how to run the civil service. My father was one of those who went during those days. He was privileged, but it was a charade. They gave them the idea for them to believe, say, come and learn it here, all those things. It was all BS because they told the cabal to put their men for military. So luckily, I repeat, luckily, some of the Biafrans that were in the north, people like Kaduna Nziogo, Ojukwu and the rest of them, some of them, they were based in the north. When they saw the northerners in their droves, they were going to register for military. They said, what's going on here? All their friends, rank and file in the north, they were rushing down to go and register in the military. That was how those young boys, they also went to register. Now, just by chance, that they were based in the north. You all know that Kaduna Nziogo was born in the north. He grew up in the north. He even learned their language. He was nicknamed Kaduna Nziogo by the Hausas or the Fulanis. They loved him so much. Even in their military sport, he's number one. So they gave him a nickname, like in football. When Austin Okocha was playing very, very well, they called him JJ Okocha because he was very, very good with the football. The Kabal, the Fulani, they gave him Kaduna Nziogo. They called him Kaduna. They gave him that name. His name was Chukuma, but they called him Kaduna. Now that guy was loved by those people. So now by chance, when our men used to join the military, those who were based in the north. But in most cases, Britain told those in the eastern region and the western region to come to Britain to learn public administration. That was how my father found himself in England. To go and learn public administration. For those that have ears, let them hear. Let's continue.
We deceive ourselves a lot. Somebody is clamoring for something, and that thing is giving you worry. Let me tell you, when you are not ready to discuss your issues, earnestly discuss your issues, you are calling for anarchy from both sides.
Yes, when you're not ready to discuss the issues, then you are calling for problem. You know that it's a problem at hand. There are issues that must be addressed. And you have refused to address it because now you the gain. I understand it by proxy. Britain, the owner of Nigeria, has told you that you are born to rule. I understand that. That was a covenant written in blood. I understand that. But 100 years don't pass. The amalgamation don't expire. In the year 2014, that was when the 100 years expired. So we must not come on the round table to discuss, but now it is too late because that pastor was telling you dialogue now, dialogue now. I see a young puppy, dialogue now, dialogue now. The days of dialoguing is gone. The option now of dialoguing is off the table. The only thing we have, as our PM said, is diplomacy. Diplomacy. We now have some lobbyists who are diplomatic by nature, and their role is to discuss with Washington, to discuss with the State House, to discuss with White House, and to discuss with all the whole different parastatals in America on the reason why the Biafra Republic government in exile are doing what they are doing. I hope you guys now understand. So that's the way things are now. Say the days of dialoguing is gone. They have pied us too much that we cannot sit down on the round table again. I'm also glad that just last week our Prime Minister said the days of Aburi Accord is gone. I'm happy about that. Because the other time somebody was telling me, say, okay, why don't we go back to the Aburi Accord? They were discussing regionalism. No. We don't pass that stage now. They've spilled our blood for far too long. So no more dialogue with the zoo. Ah, God, man. You guys, you are lucky, but I'll stay calm. I will stay calm. I'll stay calm. Because things I'm supposed to say, I just can't say it on YouTube. It makes no sense. Because saying it here will not give the enemies the ammunition to blackmail you and set you up. You see, so we have to remain calm just for now. Want to toge just for now. Let's continue. Listen.
I'm not, the way I am made, until I see results, I am not really moved by we will, we have. Yes, you don't need to tell me you have taken the action. Because when you take a pragmatic action, you don't need to come and tell people you have taken action.
Hey, my God. Look at Elder is speaking here, dropping gems. Elders for wisdom, youth for war. Elders for wisdom, youth for war. When you need wisdom, you go to an elder. When it's time for the war, when it's time for war, you go and call on the youths. You drum the beat of war. Now the youths will come outside. But when you need wisdom, you go to the elders. See the way this man they speak. Compare this man with all the idiots you have as your politicians. See how this man they discuss with wisdom. Oh, man, God. You guys, you are so lucky. This, my PM, please do not allow them to distract you. We know the assignment. We know the assignment, my PM. Do not allow them to distract you, please, with all due respect. I will deal with the Nigerian media tomorrow. I will deal with it. Watch my video tomorrow. I will deal with them tomorrow, not tonight. I will show you what they did. And they were exposed and cut off by the Finnish, emissaries and those guys who were there with the Finnish ambassador. I will show you what the Nigerian Zoom military and their media did. The media. I keep telling you, the media, they work hand in hand with the Nigerian government. Unfortunately, the media, they are run by the Yoruba media. Unfortunately, it's very, very sad. Unfortunately. And I ask myself, what else have we got to do to stop the Afonjas, not all the Yorubas, the Afonjas from behaving this way? Why do these guys hate us with a passion? I just don't understand. When they had their brother, Chief Sunday Igboho, no Igbo person or media spoke against Chief Sunday Igboho. When they had their brother, MK Abiola, we all voted for MK Abiola with the Biafrans. And when Babangida, Abacha were doing what they were doing, when they were buying people, we did not support. Oh my God. We did not support them. We ran for our life because we know that now we will come by. It was called Oswa Abiola. Oswa Abiola means the race for Abiola. We were running back home because we know the history of Nigeria. When they were coming to buy people because Abiola, we based in Lagos, we ran for our life. Despite we have no dog in that fight. It was between the Fulani demo and the Yoruba, but the Igbos, we know said now we don't come fight. Because of that, we ran away. Even though MK Abiola is a Yoruba man, but we know Nigeria very, very well. That was why we ran away. Also, in the last protest, it has to do with a Yoruba man. Tinubu. Again, we the Biafrans, we said, it is not part of what we want. We shall not come out to protest. Those who are for Biafra and those who believe in one Nigeria, we didn't come out to protest against the Yoruba man, Tinubu. But guess what? When it was Goodluck Jonathan, all the Yorubas, they came out to protest. Even their pastors, men of God, they came out. Men of God, they came out. The Yoruba pastors, they came out against a Biafran man. So I keep wondering, what is this problem between we and the Yorubas? I wonder, because now their media, they are the ones that control the media. We know the fact. When it comes to channels, when it comes to every other thing you are looking at, they have the presence. The main media is based in Lagos. We know all what is happening. Yet, they went to plan some people to ask some stupid questions. And with my critical mind, I was able to decode and decipher what happened. Because I've lived with white people all my life. Not all my life, but for a very long time. And I know, say, when you are discussing something out of point and they don't decode them, then go respectfully, if you are in a meeting, because sometimes I'm in a senior, like a management meeting, whatever. When we are discussing and somebody is trying to talk something very personal, they are discussing a personal thing that is beyond the scope of the meeting. They will tell you to take it to the back end. Take it outside this meeting. And with all due respect, you will understand their language. So tomorrow, I will expose how those from Finland that came with the Finnish, foreign affairs minister, I go expose something that most guys did not catch. In a polite way, they exposed or they insulted your Nigerian Zoom media. I will show it, because not today. Not today. It will be tomorrow. By God's grace. I will show you something. You see me? Because I've been involved in high-level meetings over and over again. When I saw what they did, I said, Simon, go and, in fact, go open champagne, they drink. You have no case to answer. When I saw what they did, I said, okay, Simon, go and open a champagne. You have no case to answer. It's clear. But to the lay people, they will now go and report something else. Those who studied in Nigeria, those with backward minds, they were writing trash. Tomorrow, that video is for tomorrow. Today, I just want to respect this elder. Because the other time, someone called me and said, please, you are insulting the elders. I laughed. I said, look, there is a difference between somebody who is old and somebody who is an elder. An old man is not an elder. I digress. Let's get back.
With a more palatable, action, if you wanted to get the attention of the Southeast, I mean, on numerous occasions now, various judges have given reasons why Nnamdi Kanu should be free.
And you have no freedom.
Would a more palatable, instead of talking about Simon Ekpa in Finland, would it not be better to just obey a court order at home and release the person who, the court of your own land,
court of your own land? That is the thing.
That's the thing. That's why Simon has no case to answer. Simon, go open your champagne, they drink. With all due respect. Finland is not a zoo country. Finland is not Britain. Now, only Britain fit do that nonsense, because I don't understand how somebody went on holiday. Somebody's wife, somebody's husband that has kids, he went on holiday. Until this day, not even on BBC, not even on what's their channels, not ITV, although none of them, not even Sky News, is carrying that a British man went on holiday and was kidnapped in Kenya. Something there inside. You see the British, something there inside, that a black man who is a British and a Biafran, he went on holiday to Kenya. Until this day, we have not heard on BBC say, what's going on? No, they are beating about the bush. And now the zoo government going to Finland. What do they want to tell them? Hey, we went to Kenya to kidnap the leader of Simon Ekpa. Now we want you to bring Simon Ekpa to us. It doesn't make sense. Simon Ekpa, pop a champagne on me and enjoy. No case to answer. But I also want to warn the Zoo media. and the zoo government, make una dey careful. Make una dey careful. Because Nnamdi Kanu came out and was preaching the gospel. You kidnap him, locked him up. If anything happens to Simon Ekpa, we know this is your 5th attempt to take the life of Simon Ekpa. You have sent your suicide bombers and all those nonsense. If anything should happen to the dragon, of which I know nothing will happen, but if anything should happen, he will be the last gospel or the last prophet that will come and announce what he's going to do. The ones coming after, there will be no announcement. There will be no video online. There will be nothing for you. So if you are wise, release Nnamdi Kanu, send him to Finland. Put him on that your jet when you just buy. Put him for your jet. Send him to Finland to go and discuss with Simon Ekpa. Because this your stubbornness. I know Tinubu is not the one holding him. It is the cabal. I understand that. But this the stubbornness of the cabal. This stubbornness will take Nigeria to the ground. This your stubbornness. It will take the zoo to the ground. Let's continue.
When it's so unfortunate that, well, we are on an international air now. Everybody in the world that tunes in to Afia TV hears us now. And the unfortunate thing is that people pay more lip service. If the Supreme Court of Nigeria had discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu and you have left him, will Simon Ekpa still be talking?
Well, with all due respect, that's your question. It is neither here nor there. As I will always say, give what belongs to Caesar, and to God. Give what belongs to Nigeria, and to God, or to Biafra. So that question, no, I'm not going to respond to that one. Because I understand, say, you are based in Nigeria, and you ask the question, with, I would say, based on the Nigerian concept. You understand? So I will not respond on that one. All I will say is give what belongs to Nigeria, and to Biafra. That question, I will not respond to it. Let's continue.
These are questions, but the way we say it now, a number of persons will begin to say, this Igbo man. You set up your own court, and you made it constitutionally that he who has the final say on issues like that is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And the Supreme Court of Nigeria, to which you ran as a government, you ran to that court for decision. Why did you go to that court in the very first place? If you would not obey what the court would say. These are things I find it, when you ask questions like this, my only worry is the recent position I occupy. When I was a free and independent person, I speak my mind. You get it? But if you have an arbiter, you are the person who went to that arbiter, believing the arbiter was going to do justice, and you went there, the arbiter made a decision, which should be final. You are still saying no.
They will say no because all what they are after is their own selfish interest. But guess what? When a man becomes overconfident of himself, then he's wide open for a sucker punch. When a man becomes overconfident of himself, then and then only, that man is wide open for a sucker punch. Because the zoo media, they've been getting it all their ways. The zoo government, they've been getting it all their ways. But for the first time, they were shook. But because of the stubbornness of the cabal, they said he was discharged but not acquitted. The judge said, this man, no other case should be put on this man's head. No other charges should be brought on this man. I hereby discharge Nnamdi Kanu. But before one could say Jack Robinson, Malami refused to release him when he got the order from the caliphate. And he said, Nnamdi Kanu was discharged, but not acquitted. They did what they normally do. They held him, went to a different judge to appeal a case while you were still holding him. Normally, once you see someone is discharged, you allow the person to go home. Then when you have a new case, you invite that person back. But in the case of the zoo, they held him while they were searching for something to rub on him. And this is now 3 years and counting. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is still in the hands of that shithole called Nigeria. So to Finland and to the government of Finland, all the stakeholders in Finland, I want you all to know that you have no dog in this race. Do not get entangled with the affairs of that shithole called Nigeria. Allow them to keep on doing what they are doing, while we, the Biafrans, we keep doing what we can do, or what we are doing. Simon Ekpa believes in the rule of law. Finland believes in the rule of law. It was good for Finland to gain their independence from Russia. It is also good for we, the Biafrans, to regain our independence from that shithole country called Nigeria. You've seen the insult, you've seen the level of criminality happening in that country. You've seen how they are killing the Christians in that country. So I am calling upon Finland not to get involved. No matter the pressure, no matter the promise of money, money is nothing. Any money they promise you officials is blood money. They are stealing the money from the land of Biafra. They are stealing our crude oil, and they are bribing whoever is ready to take the bribe. So we are calling upon Finland to be a shining example and put shame in the face of Britain. They claim to be Great Britain. They claim to be great. But in their behaviors, their actions, and inactions, it is clear that they cahoot and they're working hand in hand with that shithole country called Nigeria because of the selfish interest. This has always been the foreign policy of Britain. That at home they claim they are good. They claim they believed in the rule of law when it comes to their domestic policies. But the problem with Britain is always their foreign policies. That was how they went around the whole world, conquering the whole world, and they felt it was a good thing to do. It was something noble. They conquered places, they conquered Africa, and they were naming things. They went to the Americas. They conquered a place and they called it a New York. There is a place in England called York. When they conquered, they called it New York. There's a place called Jersey in the UK. When they conquered a land in America, they called it New Jersey. And so on and so forth. Finland, you know how much you fought to regain your freedom. What is good for you is also good for the people of Biafra. We are set, we are marching on, we are ready for this freedom. And come what may, God willing, from the 2nd of December, we shall march into freedom. If you today you are enjoying the freedom you have, even though during the voting from the presentation our Prime Minister did, we saw the very slim margin of those that said yea against those that said nay. You went with that slim margin, and today you are a free country. In the case of the Biafrans, More than 50 million Biafrans have voted. I repeat, 50 million. I didn't say 5,000. I didn't say 50,000 like in your case. I didn't say 500,000. Neither did I say 5 million. I said 50 million Biafrans have voted. And come what may, on the 2nd of December, we shall see the result. And when the result is announced and the proclamation is made for the restoration of Biafra, then me and my people, we shall be ready to march forward to go and reclaim and regain our land given to us by God, a place where the gods they dwell. It is known as Arochukwu, the place where the gods they dwell, a place where you have milk and honey, a place where the trees they give you wine, they give you alcohol, they give you sweet and bitter, they heal you when you are sick, a place where there is gold from the land, a place where the soil is red, but anything you plant on that soil will grow, a place where you can plant and harvest without season. Finland, you stand a great opportunity. You have a very big opportunity to make history. That's the one that the Biafran man who was able to liberate his people learned the ways of the Finnish. He came with a school of thought designed by the blueprint that Finland used to gain their own freedom from Russia. Finland, you know the opportunities that are bound to come around between both nations. I'm talking about Biafra and Finland. We have come to love Finland. For us, Finland is now like a safe haven. Finland is like the second home for the Biafrans. And I cannot wait for this new partnership between Finland and Biafra. There is a time in history that Finland must step up and do what is right. Continue to protect Simon Ekpa. Continue to allow Simon Ekpa to express himself and be able to carry out his normal way of life, because he's got that fundamental human right to speak out whenever deems fit. So today we implore Finland to continue with this good fellowship and support our Prime Minister. Because from the 2nd of December, when we start to rejoice, we shall also call the name of Finland. We shall sing glory, glory, glory to Finland. What Britain could not do, Finland did it. What Britain could not do, Finland has done it. In the case of Britain, they sold out Nnamdi Kanu to the enemy because they have a selfish interest. If Nnamdi Kanu was a white man, you and I know by now he'll be back enjoying the good life in Britain. But because he's a black man, they have decided to keep a blind eyes in the affairs of Nnamdi Kanu. That for 3 years, a black British, who is also a Biafran, is still in captivity in a third world country, in a shithole country known as Nigeria. Finland, I call upon you today to do what is right. And forever, you will remain in the good side of history as that country that stood firm side by side, shoulder to shoulder with the Biafrans. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you.
I am angry. I am angry at Nigeria. I'm angry at this government which seems to be letting us down. I am angry at us as a people. I am angry at my people in Igbo. Because if they have refused you, why are you refusing yourself? Stop complaining and do it for yourself. We've always been able to do that. Everybody follows the line and gets done what needs to be done. Let me tell you about Ndibo. Ndibo are wonderful people. Let me tell you about Ndibo. Ndibo are resilient. Let me tell you about Ndibo. Ndibo are people with integrity, with conscience, with a feeling of humanity that they can reach out wherever they are and contribute something to that society and not care that they're not even from there. I am a proud Igbo woman. And if there's anything you know about me as I walk into a place, know that there's nothing you can do to me in this country to bow my head. I will not do it. I am my father's daughter. I am my mother's daughter. But at the same time, you talk about never again. But go ahead. We will not succumb. We will not bow. We are children of God. We are here for a purpose. God has put us on this good earth for that purpose. You cannot drive us to the sea. You cannot tell us to shut up and take the pain that you are inflicting on us, abuse us on top of it. Listen, if you don't want us, then let us go. Thank you.